Welcome back to another ERLC video, ModernBlox Squad. So in today's video, I'm going to be teaching you how to create custom ELS in Liberty County and everything you need to know with that. So let's go ahead and get right on into it. Alrighty, so to start off, you're actually going to need to be in a public server to buy the Game Pass if you haven't already. It is 300 Robux. All you got to do to buy it is you literally go to the menu, you go to servers, you go to owned servers, and then click on whichever server you're trying to upgrade. I already have this one upgraded, and I'm going to have to blur the code out to my server there, but I'm going to go ahead and click on the one I haven't upgraded, and all you got to do is scroll down to where it says upgrade packs, and then you'll be able to press custom ELS right here and then purchase. And I obviously can't purchase it in the private server. I have to go to a public server to purchase it, but that is okay because I already have it for the server that I'm demonstrating in. So once you actually have the pack bought, you want to go up to the server info icon and go ahead and click that, and then click on edit server settings, and it will have it scrolled all the way up here. What you're going to want to do is you could either search up ELS, and then just scroll down and it'll say custom ELS patterns, or you could just scroll all the way down to the bottom, and then there we go. And click edit, and then we'll go ahead and edit it once it shows up. So I just want to say that it is actually pretty user friendly. It's not too hard. As you can see, I've already created like a million patterns. I'll actually go ahead and show one off here. Let's do, I guess we could do flash pattern 3. So I used a reference video for this, but that's my pretty simple pattern there, so it's pretty cool. Now let's go ahead and get into the basics here. So to create a new pattern, what you're going to want to do is go over to the bottom left hand corner and press add new. Now once everything loads in, you'll be able to create a title and everything. So now that we're here, we have this thing that says front and rear, and it just keeps going down the line with this like yellow bar. To get rid of this, you can press the space bar once, or you could press the toggle editor right over here. You could just click that and it will go away. If you're going to enter a preset code, which I will talk about later in the video, all you have to do is click here, press Ctrl V to paste the code, and then press load pattern, and it will load the pattern. Let's continue going over all of these basic controls here. So I'm going to open up the editor. Now let's say that I have too many rows here and I want to delete some. You can go ahead and press delete row right here, and you can delete as many rows as you want by just clicking it. It deletes one row per click. Now let's say you wanted to add some red lights to your light bar. You can either click red or press the number 1 on your keyboard, and then you can click each light here that you want to be red, or you could click and hold and drag your mouse around and it will color them. Let's say you wanted blue. You could either click it or press the number 3 on your keyboard. And then you can click each light individually or click and hold and drag. And there we go, I have some red and blue lights on my light bar. And if you want to erase something, you can also use the eraser here and then click and drag. Now, you may be wondering, well, how does it look on the Enforce light bar or the Valor light bar? To check that out, all you have to do is go over to change light bar and press it, and you'll be able to see the visor lights and any other light bar that you choose. I'm just going to leave it on the integrity light bar. Next, if you wanted to add a row, or if you accidentally deleted too many, all you have to do is press insert row and click it as many times as you would like to insert a row. It inserts one row per click. And lastly, which again we'll be talking about later in the video, you can get a shareable code by clicking this button here. The code's only saved for 30 days. After 30 days, you'll have to generate a new code for your light pattern to share it with friends. Let's take a look at the ELS pattern properties. First up, we have the pattern name. I named mine to test pattern 1, but you can name it to whatever you like. Next up, we have flashes per minute, and then we have repetitions. Let's take a look at flashes per minute for a second. So let's say that this flash pattern was not fast enough for you and you would like it to be a little faster. All you have to do is go down here and enter in a number. So I'm going to put 800, and we can see that it is flashing faster. I think the limit is 1000, so we'll put 1000. And that is flashing pretty fast. Now the lowest it can go is 50. So let's say you wanted it super slow. There's 50. That is really slow. I don't really like that. I'm just going to go ahead and keep it at 400, which is the default. which seems to be pretty fast. Next up, for repetitions, you can choose how many times you would like this pattern to repeat when it's set as a stage. We'll be going over this later in the video. I'm just going to leave this as 1. So I'm actually going to go ahead and clear out all of my lights, and then I'm also going to delete all the rows so I have just one steady color here. So currently there's nothing on the light bar. Now you may be wondering, how do I know like which light is which? And that is kind of something you have to figure out, because for each light bar it's going to be different because there's a different amount of LEDs on each of these light bars. Now for the integrity, what I do is I'll just do one light at a time. So I'm like, which light is light number 1? Alright, so light number 1 is down here on the side runners. Now number 2 would be the first LED light on the light bar. As you can see, there's one, or well, it counts as 2, but that would be one like light 2. And then let me go to light 3, and then I'll have 4, 5, and 6. So there we go, we have a full light bar right now. Now you might be wondering, how do I get the side lights over here? Well, you go over to rear, and then there we go, there's our full light. So I'm just going to make it a full light bar, and we'll just do that. Now you might be wondering, what does the aux 1, aux 2, aux 3, aux 4 mean? That is the lights on the, let me go into free cam really quickly. That's the lights on the push bar, the grill, the fog lights, as well as this little dash light right down here. And then for the rear, oh, and the side lighting here. And then for the rear, it would be, let me go ahead. It would be this light that is not lit up right here in the middle, these 2 in the back that aren't lit up, and then these 2 plate lights. So I'm going to go ahead and make them, I'm trying to think what I should do. Let's do all red for the first one, and I'm going to go ahead and add a row here. So we'll do another red blue pattern, and we'll have them all blue. So let me just do that. So I'm just currently messing around here with different patterns. I'm going to insert 2 more rows here, then I'm going to do, we'll do red, blue, red, and blue. Then we'll have a red, 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 red. And you can kind of just really this is how I learned. I just messed around with every single pattern here, and I don't know, I just did random stuff here. So you'll see, I don't know why it's not. So you can see the colors are changing. Not exactly how I wanted it to turn out, but I suppose, I mean, let me turn it down a little bit, maybe 150. And this is kind of how you just gotta do things, just mess around with the patterns and stuff. That's how I figured out. And honestly, I'm just gonna clear all really quickly. If you want just like a really cool pattern or whatever, you could literally just click, I'm just gonna do red first. You could just click, hold, and then just drag the mouse all over. I'm just gonna do that really quickly. Alright, and then let's do blue really quickly. And just drag the mouse all over the place. Then let's go ahead and see how that turned out. So I'm going to turn it up to about 800 here. And we can see that's a pretty good pattern. That looks pretty close to real life. I mean, with the new light bars and everything, it looks pretty awesome. Then you got the RAM bar. Let me go into free cam again to see it a little better. So that is just me dragging the mouse all over the screen. And I gotta say that looks like a pretty cool pattern. The light bar is looking good. Nothing on the rear yet. Here's our side lights, looking pretty cool. And then our side runners. So let me go ahead and do the rear really quickly. I'm going to be doing the same thing, just clicking and holding and dragging all around. And you know what? We will throw some amber or orange lights in there just for fun, because why not? I'm just gonna change all this around, and then we'll go ahead and add some amber. And again, you could add whatever colors you want. You could add blue, red, white, amber. You cannot add white to the rear lighting, only to the front. But there's our amber lighting in the back, and I gotta say, that looks pretty cool. Looks like a realistic pattern. Now let's talk about the shareable code. So I have this named as test pattern 1, and I'm gonna go ahead and save it. And then I'm going to go ahead and find it again right over here, test pattern 1. So once I open it up again, I'll go ahead and click get shareable code, and this says this code is guaranteed to be valid for 30 days. After 30 days, this code may be overwritten by someone else's pattern due to data constraints. You are able to regenerate a new code at any time for any pattern. Copy the code below and share. So you could share this with your friends. You could share this in the PRC Discord server. It's basically, you could share it anywhere you would like. All you have to do for your friends to use it is to, let me go ahead and X this out really quickly. Now, to use the code, all you have to do is go up here where it says enter pattern code, click it, paste the code, and then press load pattern, and then it will load the exact same pattern for you. Now, the awesome thing about this load pattern is if your friends wanted to change this, like for example, maybe they wanted to add some amber lights to the front or to all the aux lighting, they're allowed to do that, so they could just change it. And I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys really quickly. Might take a minute, but let's go ahead and change all of this. There we go. And so they can change it, and it won't change yours. That's the beauty of it. So there we go. I got full solid amber lighting. We'll add some red in there just to make it a little more, you know, cool. Maybe some blue too. And why not some white? Let's just do everything. Now, so there we go. There's our lighting there, and that's the exact same pattern that I copied using the code, except I changed it a bit. So it's pretty cool. That's what I love about this, that your friends can change it and make it their own, change the lighting color, change the pattern up a bit, whatever they want to do. So I just named it test pattern 2, and I'm going to go ahead and save it, and I'm going to show you guys how to add this to a certain car. So what you're going to want to do is go down to team patterns here, and for whichever team you want, I'm just going to do it for River City. You're going to go ahead and press it, and then you'll see stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, and then park patterns. We'll talk about what park patterns are in a minute. So let's go ahead and edit our stage 1 pattern. So let's go ahead and choose test pattern 1. So that's going to be our first pattern. Now let's go ahead and edit number 2. I'm just going to put a random one for this. We'll do that one. And stage 3, we'll do another random one. Let's just do pattern 3 here. And then for the park pattern, I'm going to put my special park pattern I made there. And then all you got to do is press save. This will show up for every single car in the game. This will be like the default. Now I'm going to go spawn a car really quickly, and I'm going to show you how this works. So you see down here we have stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. I'm going to go ahead and press stage 1 here. Now here's our stage 1 that we literally just made. Looks really nice, really cool. Now stage 2 is just a random pattern that I made earlier, and looks, I mean, okay, pretty simple. And then stage 3 is another random pattern that I made a while ago. Now, you may be wondering, what is the park pattern? So, basically, it's whenever you put your vehicle in park. There we go, I just put my vehicle in park, and you saw it literally just changed everything. It's going from amber to blue, amber to blue. I made that earlier. That was a specific pattern that I made. You could literally make it whatever you want. You could have it be flashing red. You could have it flash blue. You could have it be literally this pattern if you wanted it to be. But I'm just going to leave it on this. The park pattern also happens if you were like driving and then jumped out of your vehicle. It changes to that because your vehicle would be put in park. Now you may be wondering from earlier what the repetitions are. I'm going to go ahead and go back to that really quickly. Alright, so here we are at pattern 1, and here it says repetitions. So what are repetitions? Well, basically when you're setting the ELS stages for a certain car or for all the vehicles in game, let's say you're setting stage 1 and you wanted it to be multiple patterns. So you could have it be this pattern as well as the other pattern we made earlier. But let's say you wanted this pattern to repeat, let's say 10 times. Well, now this whole thing would repeat 10 times before switching to another pattern. So I'm going to go ahead and save that. I'm going to show you how to change this here. So we set repetitions to 10. I'm going to save it. And then when I go to team patterns and go to RCPD in stage 1, we can set multiple patterns. So let's go ahead and set test 1 pattern, and then after test 1 pattern is done cycling through, I want it to go to test pattern 2. So this will cycle through 10 times, and then this will cycle through 1 time, because I only have repetitions set for 1. Now you just have to press confirm, press save, and let's get out of here, and we will see. I don't know if I have to spawn a new car. I might. Let me just go down. Let me press stage 3 again. Or no, stage 1. Let me do stage 1. So here we go. So this whole pattern will repeat 10 times before switching to test pattern 2, which will repeat only 1 time. Now, I don't know if I have to spawn a new car for this to take effect, but I did test this out earlier, and I know for sure that is how it works. But you can take my word for it. That is how it works, and it is pretty cool. Now, here's how to set ELS for a certain vehicle and not just as a default for all vehicles. So you're going to want to head over to server settings once again, and you're going to want to scroll up to the custom livery pack. Then once you are in it, I'm just going to choose RCPD, and then a bullhorn, prancer, pursuit. And then I guess I have an RCPD livery. So let's say you wanted the stage 1 for this car to be integrity flash or warn pattern 3. You could choose it. And again, you could still choose multiple patterns and then press confirm. And then you could do that for stage 2, stage 3, and the park pattern. And all you gotta do is press confirm, and there you go. It is saved, and that will override the default settings that we set a minute ago for the server. Well, I hope that answered all your questions on how to create custom ELS patterns in Liberty County. If you do have any more questions that I did not answer, feel free to drop a comment down below, and I will respond to you, hopefully with an answer if I can figure one out. But I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. If the video did help you, please go ahead and subscribe, because we are so close to 2,000 subscribers, and I'm trying to hit it before the end of summer, so we are really close. But if it did help, go ahead and smash the like button and subscribe. Go ahead, join the group and Discord server. Both those are linked down below in the description. But I hope you guys did enjoy today's video, and I'll be catching you guys in the next one. See ya.